Hello Flossy friends, Christy, Stitching Mum of Two Monsters here. Hello. This is my October 2025 wrap up. Yes, it is almost the end of November again. I just can't seem to get it synced. Hopefully, next month. I'm already gone on a rangent, but hello, welcome to anyone new. This is my little corner of the internet on where I talk about my cross stitch journey and any other crafts that might pop up, which doesn't happen very often. It's mostly cross stitch. Welcome back to any of my new subscribers. I am so glad that you could come and join me again. If you are new, I would love if you could subscribe. Get my numbers up a little, that'll be great, but no pressure. Oops. Anyway, so October 2025 wrap up. What I've got 5 previous finish FFOs. I've got 2 finishes and FFOs, 1 start finish FFO and 1 finish, and then I've got my whips. So I've got a little bit to go. I do not have any low temperature stitching. I just did not get any done in October because I was so focused on show stuff. So hopefully in November, which it's almost the end, I will catch up on that. All right, jumping in. Previous finish FFOs. If you have watched my show entry results video, you would have seen these previously. If you haven't watched it, go watch it. Excuse me. Oh, here's my little bit of October Halloweeny. And what also happened in October? Oh, hockey's back, babies. Woohoo! Oh, sorry. I'm a little excited because, you know, I finally got my Toronto Maple Leafs new one. And here's my favourite player, Nyes. I didn't like having to go into the Melbourne Ice store to get it, which is, you know, the Mustangs' rivals, but I got it. Yay! Anyway, we're not here for that. As much as I like to talk hockey 24/7. Anyway, so the first one is my 3 Santa ones. I really should have wrote down what they were. I think that's like, but I can't remember. I'm sorry. Because I haven't even got my other cross stitch book here to go back. I think that's Juniper. This was one of the first ones that they came out with. I think that one was Felici Navidad. This might have been Lapland. I don't know. None of them are actually in the same series. I would like to get all the others that are in the series to do. I know I have Geneva, but I haven't fully finished that yet. So there's those 3. So now I'll be able to hang them up somewhere on a small tree in here and start my little cross stitch tree. That can go back. This room is such a mess. I'm really ashamed on how much I've got this done. Well, this one still has his tag on it. Let me take his tag off from when I entered him at the show. Let's first admire the back of him with his blood spatter fabric. But here is Voodoo Bob. I really need to start calling him Voodoo Paul, my ex-husband. Because I actually did like my brother-in-law Bob. But that is the name of the pattern, Voodoo Bob. That's it. I really love the blood spatter. Alright, so that's him. Next is Hazel Fun. Oh, I don't know. I should have wrote on the tags which was which. One's Miss Witchy Mouse, one's Hazel. can't remember which one I've done last. I think this is Miss Witchy Mouse. Again, she's got her tag on too. With her skull and the spiders and her broom. That's her. One of my favourites, these ones. I'll leave that one. Yes, that one is, because the other one was the one I used my fabric. Okay, so yes, that's Hazel. Next is Terrifying Women. No, I'm missing one here. I've got 6 finishes, FFOs. So I'll go jump into this one. Previous finish, FFO'd. Savannah Grace by Jane Netley Mayhew. I lovingly called Ben's Giraffes. I love it. I think the frame is perfect, and I will be wrapping it up and giving it to Ben for Christmas. Next one is my Terrifying Women, which I love this frame as well. It looks like dragon scales. Come from a long line of terrifying women. In the description box I will put all their details. And the matting I use, you can't really tell in this, but it is a velvet sort of suede. And it is perfect. Well, I think it is anyway. It's quite an overcast day, so I've got the window open there, light on there and light on there. So hopefully it comes up. And my last FFO of previous finishes, Miss Christmas Eve, My Pride and Joy. I love her, I love her, I love her. She is a Mirabilia. So that's the... And my conversion. I did do a part conversion by... Shoot, what was the name? If you go back to previous ones, it'll come up. So part conversion... What is that on that? And then part mark conversion. All right, so finish and FFOs is Miss... Oh, her tail's coming out. If anyone knows the tricks onto keeping their tails and then them not falling over, it'd be great. So Miss Witchy Mouse by Just Nan. Got the bats and the spiders. This one I did do on, this one is smaller than, this one is on the recommended count, so they are slightly smaller. This one I did on 32 count because I didn't have any more of the recommended sort of colourway. So I just used a tea and coffee dye that I had done. But yes, Miss Witchy Mouse. Put them away. I'm going to figure out where I'm going to display them. Because they, oh no, they're going to go up in that little, move that. There's a little house up there. That's what they're going to be in. Now, hopefully, that doesn't fall down. Oh, also, if you watch to the end, a little incentive here. I will be giving a code word for a discount on my Once Upon a Needlework. You'd think I would know my own business name. Discount code, which will be, you know, I was just going to run it for, sorry, throw it. November, but because it's late, I might do it a few more extra weeks and then do a December code. So 2 codes might work. Anyway, digress. There's a little incentive to watch to the end. Yeah, I'm going to put that there. So my other finish and FFO for October was my Bollywood elephant. Yes, it is not cross stitch. It is embroidery though. She is blingy. Sequins. I did do some embroidery all about there and there. But yeah, she's got lots of bling, sequins, feathers. Absolutely gorgeous. All right, now my start finish FFO is To the Stars Who Listen. No, it's called To the Stars Too. It is a Akata one inspired piece. To the Stars Who Listen and the Dreams That Are Answered. I just did this on, I think it's 16 count navy Ada, and I did use I wish I had brought my other book in. I might have to pause. It's a metallic, all metallic. I think it's scan fill or something like that. So I don't think I used DMC. No. I think it was called a scan fill embroidery thread. I love it. I love the frame. Kind of whimsy. Alright, and then I have one finish. I'm just cruising on through. So, as I said, 6 FFOs, 2 finish FFOs, 1 start FFO. Now I'm going finish. Which is and I didn't bring my board over. Pause it for 2 secs. Alright, my ironing mat will jump in as a thing. So I have my Carolina Hurricanes fan gnome by Neni Designs. It's on 28 count opal even weave with DMC. I'm hoping this isn't washed out. I think he's just so cute. I'm going to frame him up and put him over in my hockey corner. So, he was part of my temperature stitching. So, something else has taken over that spot now. Actually, everything's moved up and then... So, we'll get into that. My finish. Where can I put that? That one again. I don't know what it is. My throat is so dry today. All right. Before we get into temperature stitching, I am going to do my focus to finish piece. Sorry. I grabbed this one at the last minute because I forgot I had worked on it. Because there wasn't much actually focusing on this for October. It was all focused on the show stuff. Move that up. Alright, so here is my School of Dolphins. Let me grab. It's a School of Dolphins. It is on 14 count. Where have I put the... It's called Oceans by Colour Cascade anyway. Hopefully, where I was here. I think I just worked on down in this space here. needleminder by Whale Needleminder by Ginger Stitch AU. Alright, I'll put that here. Now, since, you know, hockey's back, that means hockey stitching. I have done a lot. Since there is, on average, 3 games a week, a lot of stitching is getting done on this. I am about 3 games behind, so hopefully I'll work on that today to get it up. I'm really, really happy with the progress this has made. This is Tiger Dreams by Aimee Stewart. It said Heaven and Earth Design. And actually, I was going to go and add up how many stitches I've done. Hang on. Okay, I just realised I can't because it's actually on the tablet that I'm using right now. I think overall, since it started at the end of September, I've done like 6,000 stitches or something like that. I do have a partial page finish. So here it is. I'll put up a picture of where it was. So I have completed the partial page here. I'm 3/4 done with the next page next to it. And I've started in on the tiger's head. But what I will be doing, I think I'll extend, get that 14-inch extender, put it up, and then I can work all my way down because I've got a lot of park threads here happening. I can then sew it and get it all the way down to the bottom and just work my way across. Right, yeah. There's a good 5,500 to 6,000 stitches anyway, I think I've done. Maybe more. I might put it up on the screen here, Christy future, on how many I have actually done. So that is where that is at. Now, temperature stitching. As I said, I did not do any low temp stitching because I was focused on getting my show entries done and completed. And some of them even started, which was that to the stars. Anyway, so I've only got the high temps. So there is going to be, I think, 9. No, make that 8 because one wasn't called. So let's go to 0 temp. Is my dragon in a cup, which I'll move him. He actually got called 4 times, so he had 400 stitches put in him. He's starting to come together. I didn't write anything down and I'm stupid because it's not giving details. I'm sorry. As I said, I will link it all below. But yes, 400 stitches went into this little guy. Next, where am I going to place these here? Next is my Bondage My Little Pony. It got called 3 times, so 300 stitches. And I've got a colour change, so I reached the top of her head. There she is. I can't wait. It's going to be so cute. Those eyelashes are just going to, eyes are going to go. Next is my, so that was number 1. So number 2 is my Quaker Aussie flag, which is a 9. By Vivsters on Etsy. this one was called, oh, this one got 500 stitches. So it had quite a lot of, yeah, I don't need that. So we got 500. I'm trying to keep this as short as possible for editing at the moment, so hence why I'm rushing through. If you want me to hold and go through a little bit more, just let me know. And I will make sure I do a considered effort to actually do that. So number 3 was my Carolina Hurricanes. It was finished. It got 200 stitches. Next, to fill in that spot, is Extraordinary Birds by Lola Crow. Every man and their dog has seen this. So it only got 100 stitches. Which I think I did more of the tree and maybe the bird. So that's where I'm up to with that one. It is on fabric called Calundra. It was a fabric of the month by Crafty Lenny. Oops, and it's 28 count. Next was Dryad, my Heaven and Earth. She did not get cold at all, which is strange because she's normally having a lot. Anyway, so Autumn Acres Farm. It was called 4 times. As this is a paper pattern, it got 2 hours worth of work on it. So that's what it will be. Hands-on design. I am still working in the white. Oh, actually, I think it's white or 3865 I'm using. Still working there. I got some chickens and some fence done. And then I'm going to be starting working on that last little bit. And then I can start colouring in. Okay, I'm really throwing through. Next was my number 6 was my Maple Leaf Gnome. It was only called 2 times, so 200 stitches. So there's the needle in, but that's where I'm up to. Just a couple more in the 200 stitches in the hat. Can't wait for this one to finish and go on my hockey shelf. Which I did buy 2 frames. I think I bought 2 frames for the Carolina one. And that one. Next is my Heaven and Earth one, Outlander inspired, Jamie, Claire and Frank. It is a round one. I am doing this one on 22 count Feldspar by Chromatic Alchemy. I see, I know that one. And this is where I'm up to. So I did some more part of her cardigan shawl. Is it a cardigan or shawl she wears? Probably a bit more of a décolletage too. That only got 200 stitches, so yeah, it was just part of there. Next was my Fleur de Lis. It was number 8. It called 3 times, so it got worked on for 1.5 hours. Working on that on 16 count navy Ada with Silks for You PR 104. Flosstube itchy nose. Yeah, 104. Move that so you can see the whole thing. Still not moved very great. That's where I'm up to. Getting there. Hopefully I'll have this a finish before Christmas. So I'd like to get a couple more finishes done, but the way things are going, probably not. Just, you know, got to start more stuff, which I'll have a new start coming up for my birthday, which is next week, but the big 50. Anyway, well, this is quite appropriate. Yeah. This was number 9. It's called Last Flying F. And I just dropped something. Where'd it go? I'll find it in a minute, I guess. It got called 5 times, so 500 stitches. This had some decent progress made. I'm actually really loving this. So this is a contender for maybe a finish too. Oh, there it is there, maybe. I think it was a floss or something that fell out. Yep. Man, I'm looking at this space and it's just one big mess. Alright, so that is... Whew, that was all my stitching. Plans. Hockey stitching, catch up on the last 3 games. I do have another game tomorrow, as I said. They do play on average 3 games a week, so there's a lot of stitching. I'm having my birthday start, which is a Nora Corbett Moon Glow. I was going to start her at the start of the month for November, and I realised I actually didn't order any of the threads. So she wasn't fully kitted like I thought she was. So they came in the mail 3 days ago. So I might start her tomorrow because I have plans for my birthday, which is November the 26th. I'm going to drag bingo with a couple of my friends and family. And then Friday night I'm going out for dinner. Anyway. So yes, Moon Glow by Nora Corbett. I'll be starting her. I'm going to be catching up hopefully on my low temperature stitching, as well as now catching up on my high temperature for November. And I'll plan on doing some more FFOs because I have a whole box worth. And I'm still not at that 25 FFOs that I wanted to complete for this year. So that's it. Now, as I promised, I haven't got anything in my Etsy shop yet, so I will be putting up a code word in a minute. I will be uploading a few items. I'll be mostly putting photos on my Facebook group to start with, but I will be doing some on Etsy. Not many, just to see how it goes. It probably will be postage with Etsy Australia only. I can post to other parts, maybe not America yet because of all the tariffs and stuff. But to the UK and other parts of the world, I can. I'll just, if you're interested, probably Facebook group would be the best way to go. Just until I know how the whole Etsy stuff works, as I'm new to all that. And I am just such a small business, small, tiny little business. So anyway, the code word, birthday. Birthday. And I'll probably do that probably into the first week of December. And then I'm going to switch to a new code word for Christmas related one. But, yep, it's a birthday. birthday. Hopefully I spelled that right. Yeah. So thank you for joining me. I really appreciate it. I hope you all get some wonderful stitching, and remember to be yourself because everyone else is taken. Bye, friends. Just as I push stop, this little one comes to say hi. Say hi. He's been sick this week. I actually had him at the vet's with an ear infection and allergic reaction. Well, I think maybe he might have got bitten by a bee. But you going to say bye-bye? Say bye to your friends? No. As soon as I stop recording, he comes, and now I push recording and he goes. Maybe he's just shy this month. All right.